Recently, we have noticed a lot of international students who are experiencing delay in their application. This might be study permit, open work permit, or even school admission. So today we are going to talk about the tips that you can do to avoid delay in your journey to Canada. Hi there, it's me again, Coach MC, your Asili Planner, Study, Live, Explore Canada, and our mission is to guide international students with simple and easy actionable plans before moving to Canada. If you want to help me with that mission, please do subscribe and hit the like button. And today we are going to talk about the tips that you should know so that you avoid delay in your application. So let's get right to it. When you're moving to Canada, the first thing is you have to check how long does it take for you to go to Canada. So the first thing that you have to double check is the study permit application. So right now, as per RCC, they said that the study permit application could take up to 13 weeks, and this is going to be depending on the type of application and also the location where you submitted your application. If you don't want to miss your intake, you need to know your timeline, and every stage of your journey has different timeline. So you need to calculate this so that you will be here in Canada on time. So tip number one, apply for the program as early as possible. As you know, the school opens the intake 1 year ahead. For example, if for January 2023, they open the intake in February 1st, 2022. So if you want to get into May 2023, you need to apply for the program on June 1st, 2022. And for September intake, it usually opens around October 2022 to get into September next year. But the challenge here, some students takes a while to choose the right program for themselves. So some students will take around 3 months or up to 1 year when choosing the program, and that will actually cause you delay. If you miss your intake, you need to wait for another 4 or even a year to get into your preferred program. So that's the main reason why I do have the mentorship platform, so that you can connect with alumni students here in Canada and help you choose the right program for you. And this is going to fast track your program selection journey. Tip number 2, and this is very important, is knowing your numbers. Knowing your number is an act of self-care, because you don't want to live in scarcity, you want to live in abundance. And that's the same thing with your proof of funds. The visa officer wants to see if you have enough savings to sustain your living here in Canada. So that you need to know, you need to be aware of whatever you need to function in Canada. If you're coming here as a single applicant, if you're gonna bring your whole family, do you have enough savings in your bank account? You need to have the runway. What does it mean by a runway? Knowing that you have a runway, you don't have to worry about, getting a job. Because as soon as you arrive in Canada, what if you don't get a job? Can you still pay for your bills? You need to have the runway and calculate your numbers. Tip number 3 is knowing the documents that you have to arrange ahead of time. So the best example here is opening a bank account, or scheduling a medical appointment ahead of time, or getting all the property documents that you need for you to submit with your student visa application. And some students, they reach out to us because they don't know what are the documents and what are the process of getting those documents. So for us, we give them an estimate timeline and guide them on how to get those documents. Especially if you're an overseas Filipino worker, your process is different from the applicant in the Philippines. Yours is more complex. So those are the things that you also have to consider. If you're a control freak, you want to do it yourself, you have to be sensitive with your timeline, because you don't want to miss your submission date. Sometimes if you do it yourself, it's gonna hurt you more than it's going to help you. If you have further questions after this video, make sure that you join us in our live event every Wednesday and Friday. We do this with an immigration consultant or an international student here in Canada. So you can join us and interact with us live. So my link is in the description box. Tip number 4 is knowing if you will be applying as a single applicant versus a family application. And this is a question that I always get a lot from international students that are applying as family. So some people, their approach is the single applicant, or the student will apply first and then they're gonna bring their OWP and minor dependents with them, and they will arrive here in Canada at the same time. But the thing is, with the estimated processing time right now, it could take up to 13 weeks. So imagine if you are applying separately, it could take up to 6 months. So you have to be aware, do you have 6 months to wait? Or in your lap right now, do you have that to wait for your visa application? So by knowing, again, go to point number 2, if you have enough funds, by knowing your numbers, you have enough funds, you have properties, ties in the Philippines or back home, if you know the number, you're confident enough that you can apply as family application. So I would suggest that you apply as family application if you have enough funds. If you don't have the access to funds yet and it's only enough for single applicant, then apply as single applicant. And the downside of that is that maybe your spouse or your children can go with you after 3 or 4 months once you have enough funds. There you have it, things that you should know so that you avoid delay in your application and journey to Canada. If you want more information, don't hesitate to contact us in studyliveexploreca.com. You have the access to attend our live event and also talk to our alumni students in Canada. So if you want to attend, please do visit my description box. I have the registration link in there. And thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Subscribe and like this video. Bye!